What's going on? What's going on? Baggio, that's me. I am here trying to bring the energy on this Friday that I'm filming this because, yeah, it's been a long week and I don't know what it is today, but I'll be honest with you, it is tough to get in front of the camera today. So if you were in a live audience, I would need to be feeding off of you right now, but I am literally by myself in this room talking to my camera. Nobody really talks about how sometimes this is just kind of weird. Just kind of talking to you right here, like I know you're there. And okay, before I get way too lost in that, think too hard on that. Let's go into what this video really is about. You know, I was contemplating thinking, hey, what should this week's video be about? What's the topics, right? What should I think about maybe in Arizona and Phoenix? But really, this week has been a lot more about, at least personally, and I know within a lot of people around me, around the office, just around other folks in the industry and other industries, it's been a lot of like self-reflection that I've had with a lot of folks around me. So I really want to talk about, this is more for people that maybe are considering getting their real estate license, or honestly as a whole, maybe just considering starting a business. Because whether we like it or not, as real estate professionals, as realtors, as lenders, people in wholesaling, just all different aspects of real estate and others, it's entrepreneurship, right? And a lot of businesses and business owners, we overlap with a lot of our thoughts, processes, problems, and collaboration and thinking. So for me, this list is gonna be the top 5 things that I wish I knew, or that other people have told me they wish they knew, that I continuously hear before becoming a real estate agent, what that actually means and what that actually would require of them. And like I said, entrepreneurship, business owner, a lot of this other industries can relate to as well. Other businesses relate to this as well. I'm just specifying it to the real estate agent, the realtor. All right, number 1, these aren't really, tiered, number 1 through 5. These are just the 5 things and I just had to put them down. Take with what you want. Some of these are bigger to other people than others. Number 1. So first thing that I and a lot of other realtors wish they knew before becoming a real estate agent is discipline and routine, and how essential that really is to your day-to-day and your success. So when people think, hey, I'm self-employed, I only work for myself, I can set my own schedule, I have freedom to do what I want, guess what that also comes with? It's a double-edged sword. You can also become a little lackadaisical because no one's holding you accountable. You can step off that gas pedal, put the brakes on a little bit, and then guess what? Your income slows down as well, because you're not on a salary. It's based off of pretty much your input and what you're getting out. So what does that really take? That takes you being consistent, and consistent with yourself at the end of the day. So a lot of people like to say, discipline over motivation. You see it all over, like, it's kind of like the Goggins, another Jocko thing, right? Discipline over motivation, discipline equals freedom, because yeah, plenty of times you don't want to actually do something, but you got to do it because you know that it's the right thing to do and it's going to move the needle for your business. So things like setting daily, weekly, monthly, yearly, planners and plans and goals line by line of what you have to do. A lot of people get into time blocking. A lot of people, have big manual analog calendars in their office. It just depends on what you are, but you quickly realize that you need to set a schedule for yourself. And for me, I didn't start having things click until I even had to set some boundaries with work and home. I have a wife, I have kids. Again, I always feel like, hey, maybe I could take today. I could actually stay a little more home. I really want to be around my kids and my wife. But hey, guess what? There are just those times. No, I have to make sure I get out and do these things, or else, I'm not providing. And this is my job. Just because nobody's telling me I have to be somewhere or do something doesn't mean I don't do it. So a big thing with me and my routine too is I went from being in the military to being a realtor. And going from literally the most structured you can be and the most, hey, you have to wear this, you have to be here, you have to go to these meetings, you have to do this X, Y, and Z, right? To the exact opposite. So that was a wake-up call. Not that I'm not disciplined or anything like that, but knowing that I had to kind of change my type of discipline too, and change my type of routine. So I get up earlier to work out, go to the gym than I did when I was in the Army, because I also do a lot more self-development stuff in the morning, because to me, the self-development actually puts me on the right track for my own business. Whereas before, I'll be honest with you, it's just one giant machine in the army and the military, and you just know that hey, things are there, I have to do them, kind of just put in front of me. Yes, there's a lot of problem solving within it and things of that nature, but you're not really thinking holistically, hey, I can take my company and go do whatever I want. It doesn't work like that, you know? You don't have the freedom to actually maneuver kind of your unit at that time. So having the freedom to do what I so please for my business, it's honestly, you have to wrap your head around it with routine, with discipline. And number two, I keep saying it, I don't know why I just didn't say this one first. A big thing about it, about becoming a realtor, real estate agent, and that nature is, it is a business. A lot of people, they think of the selling sunset, like, oh, I'm just gonna go open the doors and take the pictures and I'll get all these clients and everything, and everything's all jolly. I'll get my nice ass car and look all nice, and there we go, that's it. But no, it is a business. It's as much marketing, as much advertising, and you're talking about lead generation, and you're talking about even your financial side of it too, your finances and your financial planning, getting a CPA and getting your books set up correctly, making sure you're paying your freaking taxes. Surprisingly, right? But not surprisingly, people become agents, they don't realize the amount of taxes they have to pay on certain things. Like, you're getting a commission. You're not keeping all that, right? Just little things like that where some people don't realize until too late that they should have treated it more as a business, because that's what it really is. And you have to really plan those things out. If it's planned and ran well like a business, eventually it'll grow. A lot of people stuck in the same hamster wheel, a lot of times aren't treating it as such. And hey, keeping it as business, right? It's nothing personal, it's just business. Number three, on what I and other people wish, they knew. For me, I say my thick skin that I might have already had before will come in handy more than I thought. And for other folks, they say, I wish I had known I need to really build that thick skin. Basically, failure, rejection, a lot of no's, a lot of cussing not a lot, but cussing at you, calling you leeches, like just names, and misunderstanding of the industry and misunderstanding of what a good realtor actually does. There's a lot of day-to-day that can get people discouraged and bog you down, and just get down on yourself, really, and just questioning yourself, second guessing yourself, and thinking, is it really worth it? And what am I really getting out of this? Should I just go back and do what I was doing before? This isn't what I thought it was gonna be, right? It isn't all the glitz and glamour. That to me comes with, having thick skin, first off, with other people's opinions and other people's words, but also just the resiliency of the business and what it actually takes to just keep going. I like to always say, keep going, right? Live purposefully, keep going. That comes with there's a lot more losses than wins in this business and with this industry, and a lot of people don't realize that. That kind of goes back to why I think too, I do a lot more self-development now than before, aside from just growing up and kind of coming through this journey of life and understanding what's really more important, but also being able to process and mentally understand more my capacity and what's going on has helped me feel better just about who I am in my day-to-day in a crazy business and world where lots unexpected. Like I said, you can get a lot of rejection and a lot of negativity. You don't want to let that catch up to you. That drives a lot of people out too. They don't realize it. They go, they're done with it. There's a lot of that. Like I said, a lot of responsibility on yourself to just keep things running. A lot of people don't fully like the uncomfortable feeling of the responsibility. They'd rather have other folks just handle it and they just can execute. All good. That's what people want. That's what they know ultimately can make them happy in their daily lives. Which leads me to point number 4 of what I wish I knew, and what a lot of other folks too really struggle with in this industry early on, and that's surrounding yourself with the right people. So with the negativity, with the uncertainty, with not knowing, with starting up, basically you're starting up a business, right, from scratch, and people who just don't know what they don't know make a lot of mistakes in the beginning. I've made plenty. I'm still early on, and even having other jobs and being, very driven, focused person and successful in other ways, I still don't know what the hell I'm doing when I'm starting in this new industry, right? So surrounding yourself with the right people to make sure your mental's good, make sure you're doing the right things, the right tasks to reach that success is critical. You might see a lot of agents in a lot of these big companies these days. I actually am not. For instance, me, I am with Limitless Real Estate. It's a smaller boutique brokerage, if you want to call it, based in East Valley of Phoenix, of the Phoenix metro area. I'll tell you what, I would not have thought that I was going to be with Limitless, but I have nothing but good things to say and think and feel about this place. I firmly believe if I was in another brokerage that was too big to give me attention, or the cloud-based ones where there's nothing but a lot of Zoom trainings and things like that, and not physical location to meet and do things with the people that are in charge of the office, I don't think I'd be where I'm at right now, as far as even my mental, as far as confidence and just thinking, hey, am I doing the right thing? I moved from another state, started this business all over again down here. Am I getting the right guidance for Arizona specific things? I wouldn't have been so spun up and caught up quickly on what the different areas mean for around here and been a better agent for my clients if I wasn't where I was at. That plays a huge part. So again, if you're not in the right spot, hey, I'm not recruiting you. I have nothing to recruit you. Hey, I'm not throwing shade, but I'm not a part of Real. I'm not a part of EXP. This isn't a recruiting pitch. This is me just saying, are you in the right spot? Maybe that is what is holding you back or feeling you back. Real estate aside, in life, are you in the right spot? Are you surrounded by people that are actually rooting for you, trying to make you better and hold you accountable? If you're trying to start a business, if you're just trying to get that promotion, if you're freaking trying to raise your kids right, are you in the right spot, in the right environment for that to help you prosper? Shit got deep real quick right now, I guess. So yeah, that even though, as something as small and low as as a realtor and being in the right business area, it can go all the way through, am I just in the right spot in my life? And hey, that brings me to my last and final point, is if you're not in the right spot, or if you are, this is all new, right? You're a new real estate agent, you're a new realtor, you're a new business owner starting a new business. What does that take? So number 5, you will need to get uncomfortable and do new things. This one has been tough for me. For instance, me talking to you right now on YouTube. I would not think that I would be doing this. If you asked me 5 years ago when I was in the Army and deleted social media, I didn't want anything to do with it. I knew it was kind of hurting my mental capacity, and I just wanted to focus on my family, on my job in the Army. I never would have thought that I'd be making YouTube videos, let alone YouTube videos, Instagram Reels, Facebook posts, putting myself on emails, on just campaigns in my local community, trying to make community events. I would not have thought I'd be doing any of this. But hey, if I'm trying to get somewhere where I haven't been, and if you are trying to get somewhere where you haven't been, and you're trying to get your license for the first time and do all this, it's gonna take doing new things. Because if we keep doing the same thing over and over again, what's that common saying? That's insanity, right? You're just gonna be in the same spot, you're gonna be on a hamster wheel, you're gonna fail at ultimately what you think you want to do. And yes, that takes discomfort. It takes something, getting out of your shell, getting out of that box. And a lot of realtors, a lot of real estate, it's different for other people. And not only that, it's thinking you're doing the right things also, but for me too, coaching and getting coached by people and mentors has been critical. So people actually saying you should probably be doing something else, doing X, Y, and Z. And that's kind of your stubbornness getting out of the way, right? At least for me, getting your stubbornness out of the way and kind of just coming forth, putting the ego aside and knowing yeah, you know what, I gotta, even though I don't like doing what they're telling me, I know that's probably what's missing and I have to. So let me do it, let me get through that uncomfortable spot, and let's get this thing rolling. So there you have it. Those are the top 5 things that I wish I knew, or kind of knew a little better, and other folks wish they knew before getting their real estate license and becoming a realtor. Like I say, becoming a business owner, because it really is a business. If you're a realtor, if you're a loan officer, if you're a business owner, small business owner, or aspiring to be any of those, I hope that this list helps you out, puts you in a better mindset, or you know, just if you take one thing out of it, think like, yeah, you know what, I should keep that in mind right before I get my license. Or maybe it makes you think and ask around a couple more people before you do that, or you know, start that business or anything. So go ahead, drop in the comments what you're thinking of doing, what you're thinking in life, and maybe if there's any other things, I'd love to just hear out. You don't have to be real estate. My wife was a small business owner too. Like we've been in and out of that space, and we just know how that life goes. So yeah, drop in the comments. Let me know what you guys are up to, what you guys are thinking, any questions. But I'll go ahead and put it all here, somewhere right here, right now. And yeah, thank y'all. Like I say, live purposely, keep going. I'll see you out there.